Welcome to Help for Good Learning. I'm Ashish Garpali, your Python trainer. In this video, we are going to discuss about MySQL database connectivity with Python. Before going for this video, you need to install MySQL database on your Windows system. So I will share the how we can download and install the MySQL on Windows. So I will share the recording link for the same in description. So now let's discuss about the MySQL database connectivity. First, check MySQL. So type here MySQL and open the command line for MySQL. It will ask a password. So my password is tiger and enter. Okay, means MySQL is installed here. Now what we are doing, let's write a program to establish the connection. So before establishing the connection, we have a MySQL module is there, and in MySQL we have another module that is connector. So we need to import this MySQL module. So let me first save this program. In database I am saving, that is demo.py. Okay, my file name is demo.py. So let's import mysql dot connector. mysql dot connector. Now what we have to do, we have to create the object. Okay, how we can create the object? So we have to type that mysql dot connector, and we have a method, that is connect method. Okay, so in MySQL module we have a method that is connect method. In connect method we have to pass the 4 parameters. So first we have to pass the username. So my username is, by default the MySQL username is, that is root. Then comma, my password is tiger we have to mention. Then then we have to mention here the host. Okay, where I am mentioning my local host. Now if you are using the website, so we need to mention your website name or host name, like any IP address we can mention. Then what is my database? My database is equal to, I have a test database. Okay, this is my database. Now I have a test database. Now let me check my database is available or not. So type here, that is show database. So it will show all the database available. So here we have a test database. Now if you want to use that database, so we can use this command like use test, like this. And if you want to show the whatever tables are available in test, so what we can type, that is show tables. Okay, test database I am using. Okay, now what we have to do, it will return an object, that is, suppose it will return a con object. Now I'm checking here, like if my con is not equals to none. If my con is not equals to none, so what I will do is I will print a message. That is connection established successfully. Okay, connection established successfully. Else what I will do, else again I will print a message, that is connection failed. Okay, connection failed. Okay, and whatever object is there, like con, so we have to close this object. So type here, that is con dot closed. Okay, now let me run this code. Okay, how we can run this code? So we can run in command prompt. So open here, that is my folder name is Python P folder. In Python P we have a database package. Yes, inside the database package we have a module name. What is my module name? That is demo.py. So we have to run here py demo.py. So it is showing that file demo.py line number 2, it is showing that has no attribute connect. In MySQL, that is no attribute to connect. So what we need to do, we have to download the connector here. We have to install the MySQL connector first. So after this, like first we need to install the MySQL database, then we have to install the MySQL connector. So now let's install the MySQL connector. So how we can install the MySQL connector? So if we are facing this error, then what we need to do, MySQL connector we need to install. So I'm installing this MySQL connector. We can download it from official website. So we have to install the MySQL connector for Python. Now it is been installed. Now let's check py demo.py. Now it is showing this connection established successfully. Means now we are able to perform the database connectivity with Python. So if this error is showing that MySQL connector has no attribute connect like this, means MySQL connector is not installed. So you need to install MySQL database along with we need to install the MySQL connector for Python. So you have to download the MySQL connector Python from the Google. You can search on the Google. You can visit the official website of Python and download it. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a program which will perform some activities like insert data or create a table. So let's create a program for creating a table and inserting data, and we are displaying the data by using the MySQL database. So same program I am using. First we are connecting with the database, that is the import MySQL connector and con equal to mysql.connector.connect, and we pass here 4 parameters. Now what we need to do, we are using here the try block because there may be option possibilities that it will throw an exception. So we are using a try except block here. So in try block we are creating this object. In try block we have created the object inside the try block. Okay. Now what we need to do, we have to create the one cursor object here. So how we can create cursor object? Cursor equals to con dot cursor. Okay, we have a cursor method. So con dot cursor, and by using a cursor object we can call the execute method. Use here cursor object cursor dot execute, cursor dot execute, and in cursor dot execute we have to pass the command for creating a table. Suppose I want to create a table. So create table. What table I am going to create? Suppose I am going to create, that is help for code table I am going to create. Okay, this is my table name, and in help for code table I am having like columns like e number I am having. So e number, and I am having a data type like int, and I am passing the size like 3. Then I'm having another column, and suppose it's having a primary key, so I can mention the primary key constraint. Then I'm having another column, that is suppose ename I am having, and ename we are passing, that is varchar we are passing, varchar, or varchar. The varchar ename may be a 10 characters. Then what we are going to do, we are going to create suppose salary, e-salary of employee. So e-salary, there may be option that is double. So in double we are passing the like 7,2. So we have passed these 3 columns, means schema we have created, and now we need to close this parenthesis. Okay, now it's done. Now by using this command, the cursor will execute method. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to print the message like print table is created. Table is created. Okay, so message will be printed, that is table is created. Okay, then now my table is created. Suppose now I want to insert the data. So what I'm going to do, that is SQL, and I have to pass a query string. So insert into my table name is, that is help for code is my table name, and insert into table name, and in this case we have to pass these 4 columns. So my first column is, that is e number we have, then e number, then we have the e name, then we have, that is e sal, means 3 column we have, and we have to pass the values we have to pass. So in values we have to pass the format string, that is percentage first we have, then percentage. So for 3 values I am passing the 3%, so it will be considered as a string whatever input we are passing. Now we are going to create the list. So first we are going to create the list, that is suppose my list name is, that is data. We have a list, that is data, and what data I have, the data I have in the format the list. Okay, so in the list we have to create the number of tuples. Number of tuples is nothing but your one row at a time that we are going to insert in the table. So create a row, that is 101. Suppose what is the value for the ename, and ename value is suppose Raj. Then what is the salary? The salary is suppose 50,000. Okay, this first tuple we are going to create. Okay, now what we need to do, we have to, suppose I want to add another row, so comma, then another row I am going to create. Okay, so data now we have created, so we have a list, that is data, and this data completely we have to insert in the table of help for code. So we have to call the by using the cursor object we can call the method, that is execute many. So execute many, and in execute many we have to pass the SQL, then SQL we have to pass this data. Okay, so by using this we can insert the data. So we have 2 command, that is first command is, that is create a table command. So by using this command we will create the table, and we have another command, that is insert into help for code. So by using this command we will insert these three rows. Okay, now con dot commit, so it will commit the data, means it will be saved permanently. Okay, now show the message, that is the message, that is records inserted. Okay, record inserted, we have the message. Now suppose I want to display all those records, how we can display in the same table the record. So now let's display the record. We have to call, that is cursor dot execute. Cursor dot execute, what we are going to execute, that is select star from help for code. Okay, so it will execute the select star from help for code, and we have like suppose we already use this data, so in data we have another. So like let's create another data, like data 1 I am going to create. In data 1 it will create the cursor dot fetch all. So by using fetch all, it will fetch all the rows available in the table. Okay, now use for loop. Now by using for loop, we are for row, suppose we are, and in what? In data one. Okay, data one. So whatever rows are available in data one, it will be displayed. Okay, now we are printing the message like print emp number. So number emp number we are going to display first. Okay, so in emp number, what we are going to do, that is row of 0 we are going to print. Okay, so row of 0 means value 1 will be display. Then similarly we have a 3 column emp name we are going to print. Then we are going to print, that is emp salad. So row of 1 and row of 2 we are printing. Okay, now my try block is finished. So let's start the except block. Except mysql dot connector dot database, mysql dot connector dot database error. So there may be a chance that this exception may be thrown. So we have to mention this mysql dot connector dot database error as suppose e, and we can print this e. So how we can print this e? If con, then what we need to do, we will do this rollback if it is possible, that like whatever transactions are done, so we can roll back it. Con dot rollback, we can con dot rollback. Okay, con dot rollback we can call. So means whatever transactions are done, that will be rollback. Okay, and we can also print the message like here, like there may be skill problem. Okay, so we can mention like there may be a skill problem. Okay, and what we need to do, like of course we can mention the finally block also. So finally, okay, and finally if cursor is there, then cursor dot close, otherwise we can use this con dot close. Okay, so what we can do, con dot close we can mention. Okay, or what we can do, cursor dot close. Okay, cursor dot. Okay, this is my program now. Now let's we run this program. Python demo.py. Let's check. Table is created, record inserted, and record is printed. Okay, now how we can check that my table is created or not? So here we are using the test database. So now let's see show tables. In show table, another table we have, that is help for code.